Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Let me bring the other ones into the chat. Go live. Welcome in YouTube. Welcome in TikTok. Welcome in FB. Happy Thursday. Hope you all are doing well. If you are just joining, make sure you give the live stream a thumbs up on YouTube. TikTok, y'all tap the live. Welcome in, welcome in. FB, make sure you guys are tapping the live, giving me hearts. Welcome, welcome. I am back. I am back. I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can build the life of your dreams through providing safe housing to those in need. So, I get a lot of people that want to know how they can start their own housing program, y'all, and it's so simple. Hey, Alexis, welcome in everybody. TikTok, you guys, tap the live for me. Welcome in my YouTube community. Make sure you guys give the live stream a thumbs up. FB, I don't know. Let me see if I can see y'all in the chat. Say hello. Come in and speak. Come in and speak, y'all. Okay, we just starting. Great. Yeah, we just starting. So, welcome to the live stream, everybody. Welcome in. His child said you were missed. Thank you. Yeah, I miss y'all too. I miss y'all too. Hey, Jay. Good evening. Can you explain the difference between personal care? I definitely will get down to that, Crystal Mommy. I'm gonna let some people get into the room first. If you guys are new here, Blaine said, I found you the last few days. Welcome, welcome. So, if you guys are new here, my name is Lane. I'm based in Atlanta. I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless through starting your own housing program. Listen, y'all, I've been doing this business since 2021. I'm based in Atlanta. Anybody can start this up. You don't have to be nobody special. You don't have to be nobody special. You can be an everyday person. I don't care if you're a felon. I don't care if you got bad credit. I don't care if you don't own property. I don't care if you got $1 in your bank account. If you got a business mind and you got a heart to want to help people, you can thrive in this business, y'all. For real, for real. So come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, Charmaine. If you are just joining, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. So I'm based in Atlanta. However, I have students that are up and running almost in every state. Almost in every state. So if you might be thinking, well, can I start this up in my city? Can I start this up in my state? Listen, y'all, if you have homelessness in your area, I don't care if it's a small town, if it's a big city, if there's homelessness there, yes, you can start this up. You definitely could start this up. So I'm based in Metro Atlanta, but I have students that are in Georgia and they're like in smaller cities and they're doing amazing. Casey said it's probably too expensive here for rentals to make a profit. Casey, where are you located? Where are you located? So listen, y'all, I'm gonna teach y'all the new wave. This is the business that is making people impactful earners. This is the business that's making people financially free without having to be a group home, without having to start a personal care home. We not starting up assisted livings. The days of starting that up is over with. The new wave is independent housing. We starting up housing programs. We're starting up, some people call it independent living, co-living, shared housing. It's all the same concept. So yes, that's what I teach you guys on this page in Fort Lauderdale. Casey, I think I have some students out there in Fort Lauderdale. It's definitely doable, but you have to price your beds a certain way. So here's the thing, y'all. So let me tell you guys what this is and what this is not. So I like to call this independent housing. So what is independent housing? So independent housing is where you as the housing provider, you are only providing the individuals in need a safe and structured place to call home. You do not have to give nobody 3 meals a day. You're not bathing nobody up. You're not giving out medication. So what does that mean? That means that you don't have to go to zoning and say, "Hey, excuse me, do I have permission to set up this housing program? Do I have permission?" You ain't got to do all that. I've been doing this since 2021. I'm not telling y'all what I think. I'm telling y'all what I know. I've been doing this and I ain't never went to no city. Hi, do I have permission to put 6 unrelated? No, you don't have to do that. We are only providing housing only. Somebody type housing only in the chat. And I'm going to break it down even more for y'all. When you're only providing housing only to these independent, high functioning people, you do not need to go get approved from no city, none of that. We're only, so kind of think of it like an Airbnb, y'all. So before I got into this business, I was doing Airbnb. I did not go to no city and ask for permission to set my Airbnb up. I went and rented me an apartment, decorated it, and made my money. It's the same concept. So as long as you focus on providing housing only to these individuals in need, you do not have to worry about getting licensed, certified, or zoned, because the people that we house, I teach my students to only house individuals that are high functioning and can do for themselves. So what does that mean? That means the people that we house, y'all, they can bathe themselves up. They can go in the kitchen and make their own food. They can give their own medications to themselves. When you focus on serving and housing high functioning independent people, why do you need to go to the city and ask for permission? Why do you need to go and have 24-hour staff in the house with these people? These is grown independent people. They don't need all of that. The only thing that they need is somebody to take a chance on them and give them the opportunity of safe housing. And that's where you come in. So let me tell you the difference between us and a traditional landlord, y'all. So when it comes to a traditional landlord is not going to rent to the population that we house. We are housing people that have bad credit. We're housing people that have backgrounds. They have they have fixed income. A traditional landlord, if you don't make 3 times the rent, if you don't have a good credit score, you don't have bank statements, guess what? You're not going to qualify to rent from anybody in this economy. So that's why housing programs are in such high demand, y'all. That's why anybody can start this up. Anybody, because everybody needs a safe place to call home and everybody can't afford it. So shared affordable housing is the new wave. This is where it's at, y'all. This is the business that has made me financially free. I don't have to clock into no 9 to 5 because I built a business that is in high demand and that there's a need for. People are going to always need a roof over their head. People are going to always need a roof over their head. Where is what at? I'm based in Atlanta, but I have students all across the US. I have students all across the US. I have students that are started in Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, where else? New York, Cali, Arizona, Nebraska. Listen, whatever state you name, I guarantee you I got a student that's up and running in that area. So when y'all be asking me, period, Majesty. So when y'all be asking me, can I do this in my state? Can I do this here? Listen, you got homelessness there? Yes, you can. It's not that hard. Texas too. I got students in Texas too. YouTube, I'm gonna need for y'all to get the likes up in the stream. I'm gonna need for us to interact. This is not an AI. I'm a real person. So y'all gonna have to give me some energy and hit the thumbs up in the live stream. Ohio. Yep, I got students in Ohio. Absolutely. FB, I'm gonna need for y'all to talk in the chat because I don't see nobody saying nothing. I'm gonna need for y'all to hit the hearts too. Don't be funny acting. Don't be funny acting in my chat tonight, y'all. And TikTok, I'm gonna need for y'all to interact too. Y'all know it's a vibe here. We gonna learn, we gonna elevate, and we gonna get to some money. And we're going to get to some money if we don't do nothing else. So I teach you guys how to get paid for your purpose. We're not only creating impact, but we're making an income for ourselves at the same time, y'all. You do not have to be a nonprofit to start this up. You do not have to own property. You do not have to start no group home. I'm taking everyday people and turning them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. I like to tell people I'm just a businesswoman. I'm a businesswoman first, and I'm a baddie immediately after. I am not a nurse. I am not a CNA. I am not nobody special that you had to qualify to own this type of business. Any everyday person can start a housing program, y'all. So that's why I come on here and I educate y'all and I teach y'all the options that's available. You don't have to start no group home. We're not doing that anymore. Half of y'all will never even qualify to even start a group home. Half of y'all don't even have 40K sitting in the bank. Half of y'all don't got good credit. So let's be so for real right now. Let's be so for real. That's why I tell you, I love taking everyday people and turning them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs, because this is a new wave. I have students that are felons, y'all. I have students that are felons and that have 2-3 houses up and running. One of my newest students, his name is Tony. Y'all, Tony just came home from prison last month, and he already got a house. He already got approved for a house for his housing program. Renting. So that should tell you something. I don't want to hear nobody excuses of why they can't get this started in their city when we have people that are felons, people that have no experience. You can be a single mother. I don't care. I don't care what type of excuse you give me. You can start. Simple as that. Hey Loretta. So yeah, y'all, if you are in the chat, if you've ever had desire to get paid from housing the homeless, let me say this. When y'all hear the word homeless, y'all thinking that these people, y'all thinking that these are people that have no money. The homeless individuals I teach my students to go after, y'all, these are individuals that have money. So you might be thinking, well, how does a homeless person have money? So I teach my students to go after homeless individuals that get guaranteed income. So what does that look like? That could be Social Security, disability, VA benefits, retirement, and some of these individuals work jobs, y'all. Not all homeless people are the people that standing with the street sign like this. I don't teach y'all to go after that demographic. That's a dangerous. I wouldn't recommend no beginner to go and house them people first because that's not safe. So, and this is another thing, y'all. Homelessness looks like the veteran. Homelessness looks like the senior. It looks like the person that's coming home from prison that have no family. It looks like the person that's disabled that is living on a fixed income. That's what homeless looks like, y'all. And sometimes homeless can be a person that's sleeping in their car. It could be a person that's living on couch to couch. They homeless, but they still have money. So I teach you guys how to go out into your communities and find homeless individuals that are in need of safe housing that have money. That's what the difference is. That's what the difference is. And anybody can start this up. Anybody can start this up. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA, and you do not have to own the property. I've been doing this business since 2021, y'all. I'm based in Atlanta. I have 6 houses and a total of 49 beds. So I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. So what does that mean? Number one, we ain't renting out private rooms. We're renting out shared rooms. So I like to tell my students, the more people you can help, the more money you can make. The more people you can help, the more money you can make. But I'm not telling y'all to stack people, 10 people in one room. That's not what I'm telling y'all. You got to move with some decency, move with some integrity. But we do shared rooms in our business model. So I teach my students, we do a minimum of 2 individuals to one room. So that is a shared room. That's a shared room. Uh, aren't things in Georgia changing for independent housing soon? Maybelline, who told you that? Because my houses are doing just fine. It was changing. Ain't nothing changing. My houses are doing just fine. So I teach you guys to do shared rooms. So let me teach you guys. We get paid by the bed. So we're not getting paid by the room, we're getting paid by the bed. And yes, there are independent adults that are grown and willing to share a room with another person. And why is that? Because they have no other choice. So the demographics that we serve, y'all, they're not like me and you. These are people that are on a fixed income. These are people that have no support system. They have no family. They have bad credit. So where does that leave those individuals? If it's not for housing programs like us, the people that we house, they would either be on the streets or they would be in a shelter. There's really no in between. So that's why housing programs like us are in such high demand, and that's why it's needed. That's why it's needed. And that's why I teach you guys to set these up in your cities and your states because the demand is there. Somebody said they are charging 700 for private rooms on FB Marketplace in Maryland. I'm looking to open in DC. Can I ask for 750? So you said you're in Maryland. You can ask for whatever you want to ask for. Here's the thing, y'all. This is your housing program. There is no right or wrong way to do things because number one, we are not controlled by the state. We're not licensed through the state. Nobody's coming to clock our tea. Nobody's coming to inspect our homes. That's why I love this business. That's why I call it independent housing, y'all. We are independent. So you might be thinking, well, how does a homeless person, how are they going to pay? So our business model, y'all, this is completely private pay. So we don't get paid through the state. We don't get paid through insurance. The individuals that we house pay us directly. So you don't need no grant money to run this. You don't need no to be going out and asking to build insurance. Only way that you can build insurance and get those type of funding, y'all, you have to be licensed. You have to be licensed, zoned, and certified. Remember, the method that I teach y'all, this is unlicensed. You don't have to get a permission from the state, from the city, because we are providing housing only. Housing only. So that's the key thing I want y'all to remember. Housing only. Somebody said, "Are you still doing Black History?" We gonna see. We gonna see. What do you do when the landlord don't want to rent anymore? Oh, you jumping all the steps. That's the last thing of your worries. Listen, y'all always thinking the house is the first step. The house is not the first step. That's how y'all be coming into this business, trying to piece all the free information and fail. The house is the easiest thing to get, y'all. When I tell y'all the house is the easiest thing to get, you need to be worried about how you gonna fill them beds up. Somebody type bed in the chat. Everybody drop bed in the chat right now, because the house is really the last thing on your list. That's not the main thing that you need to be focusing on when you start your housing program. The main thing you need to focus on is getting them beds filled and getting people that's ready to come in. That's the biggest challenge that a lot of housing providers have when they get started. They try to piece everything for free, and they go out there and get a house, and them beds, it be crickets. It be crickets in them beds. It be crickets in them beds. That's why y'all gotta take y'all time, slow down, invest in yourself, and do things the right way. Do things the right way. So when you get started in this business, y'all, the main thing that you want to do is to market first. Don't go out there and get a house first. Yeah, it be straight crickets. They be like, "Oh yeah, I learned this off of TikTok. I was in this group over here. They told me," and now they be in they be throwing their flyers in the group. "Can y'all send me referrals, please?" No, ain't nobody sending you no referrals. They trying to fill their own beds up. They trying to fill their own beds up. So listen, y'all, when you start your housing program up, you need to be focused on getting the people. The house is the last of your worries. Now, who are the type of demographics that you can serve in this in your housing program? So there are so many demographics, but some of my favorites are the ones that get guaranteed money. So you can house people coming home from prison. You can house veterans, you can house seniors, you can house people that are disabled, you can house people that are, in between tough situations. You can house people that are recovering from alcohol or substances. There's so many different populations that you can serve. Some people want to serve aged out youth, things like that. But I'm gonna tell you the demographics that I enjoy housing, the ones that don't give me no problems, the one that pay, the ones that you ain't gotta chase down for no check. So these are the ones that I teach my students to go after. I teach my students to go after the veterans, seniors. I love people that get a check. So as long as they get a check, listen, they can stay with me. So the minute you start trying to house these different demographics and they money a little funny, is not, listen, y'all, you're gonna have a shaky business. You're gonna have a real shaky business. So I teach my students to go after individuals that are homeless that get guaranteed money, guaranteed income. Why? Because you don't have to chase them people down for a check. So that's going to be your best bet in this business. So when you first get into this business, your main concern is to be getting people that are going to get into your beds. Because I know we got some people in this chat that are already homeowners. They have properties sitting around. So your main focus needs to be building a foundation for your housing program and going out there and marketing. Here's the thing, y'all. What does marketing look like? The way I teach my students to market, I teach my students to go out in the community and market to get people. I don't teach them to go on FB Marketplace, put their flyers. I don't teach them to go on Pad Split and put their rooms on Pad Split. Listen, I don't teach that. In this business, y'all, this is a big relationship building business. So what does that mean? If you're not well known in your city, if people don't know who you are, how do they know to send people to your housing program? So before you do anything in this business, you have to go out there, build a wait list, and build a name for your housing program inside of your community. Because if the people don't know who you are, they're not going to send you people. So that's the main thing you want to do. The biggest mistake I see a lot of y'all doing, going out there, getting a house, and then your beds are sitting empty because you just skipped 3 other steps. You skipped 3 other steps. The first step you want to do is build your foundation, and the second step is to go out there and market. You have to market. Can you refer them out and get a referral fee? So somebody type market in the chat. Somebody type market in the chat. I work for the VA, would love to house them, but that's conflict of interest. Yeah, so listen, okay, here's another thing. Here's another thing. Y'all be thinking the only people that y'all can house are veterans. And that ain't that. Ooh, she says some real truths. Been locked in since I ran across her on TikTok. Love the fact that she not just in it for the money. Thank you, Dimmers. Yes, heavy on that. Listen, y'all, I'm really in the field. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I've really been doing this business since 2021. I just started sharing with the world what I do, and then it just took off on its own. So I know it's a lot of people up here teaching for a quick buck, but I'm really in this. My heart is really in this. So that's why I come on here and teach y'all the ins and the outs of this business, because there's so much to come with independent housing that you just wouldn't know unless you're really in the field. So yes, heavy on that. But marketing is going to be your best bet, y'all. So marketing and getting the right demographic. So here's another thing. Y'all thinking that, oh, I only want to house veterans. I only want to house this demographic. What I tell my students is when you come in this business, you need to put that to the side, because at the end of the day, our main mission, our main goal is to house individuals in need. That's the focus, y'all. Individuals in need. So who is that? That can be a veteran, a senior, anybody that get a check, as long as they're an individual in need. So you mean to tell me that if somebody call you today, say, hey, I got an individual that's in need of housing. They're 45, they get a guaranteed check every month, and they're not, you be like, are they a veteran? No. Oh, well, I can't take them. They're not a veteran. So you mean to tell me you just passed up on some money because this person is not a veteran? Y'all got to make it make sense. And then y'all be sitting there wondering why y'all beds are sitting empty. Like, make it make sense. And that's why a lot of people feeding y'all false narratives on the internet and y'all falling for it. Oh, you can get $1,500 a bed for veterans. Oh, you can get $1,200 per bed for this demographic. And y'all sitting here seeing dollar signs, and now your beds is empty and you want zero. Make it make sense. Stop doing that. Our mission is to help people in need. I don't care if it's a veteran, a senior, as long as they got some money. Who are you to turn somebody away? Who are you? Who are you to deny somebody housing that's in need, that have money and that's ready to come into housing? Y'all got to make it make sense and stop being like that. For real, for real. So I just had to wake y'all up, because y'all be so delusional in this chat. Oh, I want $1,500 for the vet. I want $1,500 for the vet. You got somebody right here that got $750 and they disabled, and you gonna turn them away? What? Y'all is not business minded for me. Y'all is not business minded enough for me. So that's what I teach my students. We are here to serve people in need. Y'all be so focused on a dollar sign. Y'all be so chasing a check, and y'all be passing up on y'all blessings. For what? For what? Sitting there looking stupid, passing up a $750 because you want $1,500. Now the bed's still empty and you got to pay rent in 30 days. Wake up. Like, make it make sense. For real, for real. So that's why I'm here to give y'all a reality check. Stop being like that. Stop chasing money. When you focus on the impact, you focus on serving to the best of your abilities to these populations in need, the money is going to come. The money is going to come. So you're going to sit here and pass up a $750 client because you hoping and wishing for $1,500. It's not going to happen. So you might be thinking, well, how much can I charge per bed? Here's the thing, y'all. Depending on where you're located, you can charge different amounts for your bed price. So I'm based in Atlanta. I'm based in the Metro Atlanta, and my minimum bed price is $750 per month. So I want y'all to drop y'all city in the chats. I want y'all to drop y'all city, and I'm going to tell you guys what my students are charging in your area. So just go ahead and drop your city. But honestly, you could charge anywhere between like $500 per bed up to $1,500 per bed. It just depends on your area. It just depends on your area. Alabama, about $650 a month. Houston, Texas, I see people for between $725, $750. Atlanta, $750. Columbus, Georgia, like $650. Texas, I already said Texas. Cincinnati, Ohio, I would say anywhere between 650 to 750. Um, hold on, they going fast, y'all. Detroit, Detroit. I think I've seen Detroit for like 700 per bed. New York, anywhere between like 750, 850. Tampa, Florida. So for my Florida people, most of my students they charging like 850. Fayetteville, North Carolina. So for North Carolina, I'm seeing people charge like 700 to 750. But here's the thing, y'all. Okay, so here's the thing. So even though my bed price is 750, right? I do have some individuals that pay me 1,000 per month per bed, and I do have some individuals that pay me 1,200 per month per bed. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. What determines what you can charge for your bed price? It determines on the cost of living in your area, how much the individual can afford to pay that you house. So that's going to be a big factor as well. And then you definitely want to take into account your bills, like your rent and stuff like that. So that's how you want to price your beds. So let me put it into perspective for y'all, right? So I said my minimum bed price is 750. Hey Casey. So I said my minimum bed price is 750, right? Most of the individuals that I house are on a fixed income, and most of them only receive like $943 a month, y'all. So where in this country can you find somewhere to live on $943? It's just not happening. So with my rate of 750, that includes a fully furnished home, that includes their utilities, and that includes just a safe place for them to call home. That's it, y'all. So we don't provide food. So we don't provide them food. We're only providing housing only. So if you're just joining the chat, hey Shelly, if you're just joining, drop just join in the chat, and I'm gonna bring y'all up to speed. So yes, we back. I don't know. My internet is being funny. I don't know what is going on. Hold on, make sure I'm connected to the right one. Yeah. Hopefully we back. YouTube, hit the thumbs up on the live stream. Is my connection okay on TikTok? Just join. Crestview, just join. Period. So if you just join it, I teach you guys how to get from housing the homeless to starting your own housing program. Anybody can set this up, y'all. I have students that are felons doing their biggest ones. They getting paid for their purpose. They getting paid to house veterans, seniors, people coming home from prison. Anybody can do this. You don't have to be no nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. You don't have to be no college educated person. You don't even have to own the property. You don't even have to own the property, y'all. I've been doing this business since 2021. I'm based in Atlanta. I have a total of 6 houses and 49 beds. I rent all 6 homes with permission. So that means the landlords, they know what I do and they love what I do. So that's why I get on here and I teach you guys how you can set up these housing programs in your cities and your states, because the demand for housing is everywhere, not just in major cities like Atlanta. There is a need for safe housing every single where. I don't care. If you can put on your phone homeless shelter near me and shelters pop up, you could do this. It ain't no excuse. It ain't no excuse. I have students that are in rural areas and smaller cities that have 2, 3 houses up and running doing their biggest one. And that's just that on that. I always thought places like this connect with agencies to fill beds. Yes, you definitely want to build relationships in your communities through agencies. Absolutely. That's you on the right track. You on the right track. So if you're just joining the chat, you might be thinking, well, how do homeless people have money? Listen, y'all, just because you hear the word homeless don't mean that these people don't have money. I only teach my students to go after homeless individuals with money. So you might be thinking, well, what type of money do a homeless person have? Listen, there are a lot of homeless people out here, y'all, that get guaranteed money every single month. They get Social Security, disability, VA benefits, retirement, and some of them even work jobs. Those are the only people that I teach you guys to go after. We're not chasing nobody down for no check. We're not chasing after no grants that you ain't never going to get. We're not sitting here wishing for 3-4 years to get approved by the state. You don't need that. This is called independent housing, y'all. You might be thinking, what's independent housing? Independent housing, some people call it independent living, some people call it co-living, shared housing. That's what we do. We provide housing only. So what does that mean? You're not bathing nobody up. You're not providing 3 meals a day. You're not babysitting nobody. These is grown, independent people that can do for themselves. They just need a safe, structured place to call home. That's it. And you're going to create it for them. You're going to create it for them. Listen, y'all, this is the business that has made me financially free. I don't have to clock into nobody's 9 to 5 as long as I live because I built something impactful. I built something that solves a problem. And housing is something that people going to always need, y'all. This is really a recession proof business. People going to always need a roof over their head. And this economy is not getting cheaper, it's getting more expensive. It's getting more expensive. So we are actually putting a dent into homelessness through providing safe and structured living for individuals in need. So I teach you guys how simple. I'm not going to say it's easy because it is some headache with the population that we serve, but that's a given. But it is simple. It is simple. As long as you got a business mind and a heart that want to help people, you definitely can thrive in this field, y'all. I have students that are felons that are winning. I have students that are everyday people working in 9 to 5. I have students that are single mothers, have 2, 3 homes up and running. So what's stopping you from getting started? If a felon, if a single mom can come in this with no experience and win, why not you? I'm just a everyday person. I like to say I'm a businesswoman first and I'm a baddie immediately after. I'm just a baddie with a business mind. You ain't got to be no nurse. You don't have to be no CNA to do this. You do not. So that's why I teach you guys. Anybody can set this up in their city, in their state, because homelessness is everywhere, not just in major cities like Atlanta. There's homelessness even in the rural areas. So yeah, how is the kitchen use and food? Everybody provides. Oh, that's another thing, y'all. We are not providing food. These are grown, independent people. You don't got to sit here and babysit them. Let me tell y'all what this is not. This is not a group home. This is not a personal care home. And this is not an assisted living. So, what does that mean? That means you do not have to go to zoning and, hey, excuse me, do I have permission to set this house up? Can I have 6 unrelated people? Like, why are y'all doing that? Why? That's why I need to learn from the right mentors. I've been doing this since 2021. The city can't clock my tea. The city can't clock my tea. I'm offering safe and structured living. I'm doing my community a service. I'm getting these people off the streets and I'm creating structured living environments. This is real impact, y'all. This ain't charity work. We get paid for what we do around here. This ain't no nonprofit. I'm not no nurse. You ain't listen. You can be an everyday person and get paid for this. Everyday person. We not billing insurance. We not sitting here searching for no grants all day and night. Not applying for 1,000 grants, getting declined. What? Stop playing so much. This is private pay, y'all. The people that we house have money. I teach you guys to go after people that have money that can pay you. I'm not sitting here chasing nobody down for no check. I'm a businesswoman first. I just look like this. I'm about my coin. So if we ain't gonna do nothing else, we gonna get to some money, but we actually gonna impact at the same time. So yes. Do you claim this on your taxes? Yes, Brenda. You claim all earned income that you get. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's what the difference is. This is not a nonprofit. I am a for-profit, y'all. There's so many different ways to set your business up, but the way I set my business up will work for me. What I teach my students is for profit. This is private pay. Ain't nobody signing my checks. The people that we house pay us directly, and that's the way you want it. You don't want nobody to have control over what money that you can charge. No. I'm not about to sit here and wait 10 years for a grant. I'm not about to sit here and wait for insurance to pay me out in 60 days. When you find homeless individuals that have their own money, y'all, you ain't got to go through all that nonsense. I started getting paid today. Listen, y'all, the first is around the corner. My people already sending their payments through. Y'all got to wake up. Y'all thinking homeless people ain't got no money. We living in a whole new day and age. We only housing people with money. So I teach you guys how to get paid from impacting your community through providing safe and structured living. We are only housing high functioning, independent people with their own money. And what type of money is that, y'all? Guaranteed money that come every single month like clockwork. Social Security, disability, VA benefits, retirement, and some of them even work jobs. Some of them even work jobs. So those are the individuals I teach you guys to go after. Those are the individuals I teach you to go after. I'm glad you explained a nonprofit versus profit. Thank you. Yes, listen, it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of cap on the internet. Please. I teach my students to get paid. I teach my students to get paid. We doing a good thing in our community, but you cannot save nobody if you over here struggling yourself. You have to take care of home in order to pour back into other people. So we get paid and we're helping people. So honestly, it's like a 2-for-1. It's like a 2-for-1. So that's really the best of both worlds. You don't have to be a nonprofit. You don't have to be a group home, personal care home. So yes, pay by impact, heavy on that. That's what I teach y'all. When you focus on impacting people, when you focus on serving the people that you house and providing them a safe, comfortable living environment, that one person, y'all, they can pay you for life until they pass away. As sad as it sounds. Like I've had people that have been in my housing programs that unfortunately they passed away. But guess what? I gave them the best experience while they was here. They had a clean house. They had a comfortable environment. We treat them like family. Yes, we run in a business, y'all, but at the same time, when they come into our doors, they become family. That's why we call it a housing program, y'all. That's why we call it a housing program. Anybody can rent a room, anybody can rent out a bed, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. I teach you guys to actually pour into these people, make them feel like they are part of something. A lot of the individuals that we house, believe it or not, y'all, they have no family. They have no family, no support system. It's hard for them. So that's why they need places like us. That's why they need places like us that actually care. So that's why I teach you guys, when you do good by these individuals, when you provide them a great living environment, you actually make them feel seen, make them feel cared for. Them people will never leave you. I always tell my people, I say the only time that I have to get rid of people is either if I'm kicking them out or if they pass away. My people don't ever want to leave. And those are the type of environments, those are the type of housing programs that you want to create when you start your houses up, y'all, because you will not have a high turnover rate. You will not have a high turnover rate. We get paid by keeping our beds filled. As long as your beds are filled, you're going to be making money until you shut that house down. Simple as that. Somebody said, what about aging out foster care? That's a good question. So here's the thing. Them aged out foster care, y'all, it's not an easy demographic to deal with. It's not easy. Them YNs, they will take you through there. For real, for real. I know from firsthand experience. So this I'm trying to see what's the politically correct way to say it. The aged out foster care, y'all, they don't have money. They don't have money. And remember, I want to take the headache away from y'all. I want y'all to get paid for what y'all do, because we running a business at the end of the day. Yes, we're helping people, but at the same time, it got to make sense for us financially. With them aged out foster care, they don't have no money. It's not gonna work unless you get like a grant. Unless you get like a grant. And listen, y'all, I don't teach that. I don't teach that. I teach people how to get paid out the gate. We not sitting here waiting 30 years to win a grant. Cause half of y'all ain't never gonna win no grant. And if it is, it ain't gonna be nothing substantial. It's probably gonna be $1,000. What can you do with $1,000 grant? So that's why I teach y'all to house a certain demographic that will keep you paid. You deserve to be paid for your purpose. You deserve to get paid for what you do. So that's me. I want to have an effortless business that I don't got to sit here and get burnt out. I'm not trying to be stressed out. I'm not trying to be calling the police because the YNs done fighting in the house. If you want to deal with that, be my guest. Be my guest. I just try to keep it real for y'all. Sometimes, y'all, I'm too real. I be a little too real for the internet, but I like to give people all sides of the business. So when I tell y'all I serve a certain demographic, it's not because I'm discriminating against, it's because I done house some of everybody. I know the ups, I know the downs. I At this point, I just want a soft way to make money. I like soft living. I want to make my money effortless and peace. I'm not trying to be down there calling the cops, breaking out fights. They calling me, oh, so and so just got arrested. Listen, you want to deal with that? Be my guest. Be my guest. But I stick to what I love. I stick to what I know. Yeah, and them YNs are liabilities, y'all. So I understand it sound good on paper. Listen, y'all, it's a lot of demographics that sound good on paper, but it just financially it's just not going to make sense unless you got like a grant to house that demographic. So all right, so let me tell y'all I'm gonna tell y'all the demographics. I'm gonna tell y'all the demographics not to house, okay? And I'm not throwing no shade, but these are the demographics I'm gonna tell y'all not to house starting out. Now, once you start getting some money, your house is stable, and you want to, open the house for them, fine. But please do not start out with these demographics if you are really trying to make money. I would not start out housing mother and children. I mean, women and children. I would not start out housing aged out youth, and I would not fill my house up with strictly reentry. So do not listen. I'm just being real with y'all. And I'm not going to say I don't house reentry. I house reentry. I love them. But I would not starting out knowing what I know now. When I started out as a beginner, I burnt myself out, and them people ain't had no money. Them people ain't had no money. So that's why I teach y'all focus on housing homeless individuals that have guaranteed income. When those people have income, you ain't got to be stressed out. I mean, they're going to stress you out anyway, but at least you know you got some money coming. At least you know you got some money coming behind that stress. They ain't just stressing you out and they ain't paying nothing. Them YNs ain't got no money. I'm learning so much. I was thinking of mother and children. Yeah, listen, a lot of things sound good on paper, y'all, but you have to think of the business side of things. And I'm a businesswoman first. If it don't make sense, and listen, let me tell y'all one of my biggest mistakes in the beginning. I took everybody. I took everybody. That's how I know who not to take. I took some of everybody. I had a single mom. She had 4 kids. When I tell y'all that was the worst experience of my life in this housing business, them kids was tearing the house up. I had to put tickets in. Y'all know I rent the house, right? I rent the house. So thankfully, I don't have to, I can outsource the repairs to the property management. But imagine me being the owner and I'm putting in the stuff is going wrong because the kids is tearing stuff up. Listen, I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. That's why I tell y'all, please. It sound good on paper, but do that once you get one house stable and you got some money to, you can play around. But look, we trying to get to some money first. Listen, y'all, if you want to make 5K to 10K, this is the business that's going to get you there. But housing women and children, it might take you a little longer. It might take you a little longer. So let's get back to the topic at hand. So I'm going to teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless to starting your own housing program. Now we getting paid by the bed, y'all. So I'm going to teach you how my first house bought me over 6K a month. Let me show you. I'm going to do the math with y'all. So if you are just joining, this is shared living, shared housing. So I teach you guys to get paid by the bed. By the bed. We're not renting out private rooms. We're renting out by the bed. How do you get paid for people coming home from prison? I'm gonna touch on that later, but let me get through the topics first. I'm gonna touch on that later. Is this better than corporate leasing? In my opinion, yeah, it's more impactful and the money is way better. In my opinion, it just depends on you. It just depends on you, honestly. Hold on, y'all. So I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed, right? I'm gonna show y'all some of my real numbers. I'm gonna show y'all some of my real numbers for the first house, so you know how much one house can bring you. Congratulations on your first. Wait, what happened? What happened? I think I got one of my students in the chat. Some of my heavy hitters just had a testimonial. I picked up my first client today and had him sign with me. I moved him in on the morning in person. He is with won't even feed him, but took his bridge card. What? Yeah, y'all be so worried about competition. Everybody don't offer good housing. So it be people out there getting done dirty. But congratulations to you. So one of my people in the chat picked up their first person this morning. So yes, y'all, anybody could start this. I don't care if you a single mom. I don't care if you a felon. If you got a business mind and a heart to want to help people, you can thrive in this business, y'all. For real, for real. For real, for real. All right, so let me teach y'all how to get to 10K months, because if you're not making 10K months at your 9 to 5 or in another business, you need to be in this chat. You need to be in this chat because listen, y'all, this is the business that has made me my first six figures. Me providing safe housing. I never made six figures until I started housing the homeless. I was working a 9 to 5. I wasn't making no money. I was out there doing DoorDash. I was out there doing Uber Eats, trying to figure it out. Listen, y'all, I was not making no money until I opened up one house. When I saw what one house was bringing me, I was like, I don't even need this job. Like, y'all know that I don't even need this job. I didn't even need the DoorDash or none of that. And that's just with one house, y'all. One house. So let me show you the first house I had. So I tell my students that you want to start with anywhere between, I like four twos. So a 4-2, y'all, is a 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom. I like to start in 4 twos because I can get a minimum of 8 people in a 4 bedroom. I can get a minimum of 8 people in a 4 bedroom. However, some people may start with a 3-1 or a 3-2. And that's fine too, because I do have some 3-1s. I don't even make a quarter of 10K a month. Listen, Villa Natural, you need to listen up. This is the business that's going to get you to 10K months with ease. When I tell y'all, I love what I do because I don't have to sit here and sling no Amazon package. I don't got to sit here and slave on my feet. This money come every single month like clockwork. You set up a house one time and that house will pay you every single month until you close it down or until you cancel your lease. That's what I love about this business. And it's like you get paid to actually provide safe spaces for people. No hard labor. Think of it like an Airbnb. You set it up one time, that house is going to be, and you keep it filled up, you're going to be rolling in the moolah. But let me teach y'all. So my first house is a 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and I still have that house to this day. It's a 4-2. My rent is only when I first got it, my rent was only $18.50. So my first month rent was $18.50. My deposit was $18.50. So you might be thinking, well, how much money I need to get started? For me, it was only $3,700 for me to get started, y'all. But I don't know where you're located. So whatever first month rent look like for you, whatever deposit look like for you, that's however it may be. But for me, it was $3,700 because my first house was $18.50, deposit $18.50. And then oh, and another thing, if you are already a homeowner, if you have access to property, drop a 1 in the chat. Hey Sean, if you own a house already, drop a 1 in the chat if you're a landlord. If you're not a landlord, drop a 2 in the chat. If you're a homeowner, drop a 1 in the chat. If you're not a homeowner, drop a 2 in the chat. I want to see who we got in the room. All right, we got a lot of homeowners. What? Listen, y'all need to be front and center up in here. All them homeowners that need to be front and center. 2s. All right. Oh, we got 1s. Wow, it's a lot of homeowners. Wow, that's amazing. That's okay. I'm not a homeowner either. Listen, I got 6 houses, y'all. I'm not a homeowner neither. And this is the beauty of this business. Whether you own property or not, you still could win. You still could win. But the only difference is if you're a homeowner, you get to keep most of your money. But if you're a renter, of course, we got to pay rent. And then sometimes the landlords may raise our rent up. It is what it is. But honestly, y'all, we make so much good money. I don't even feel it. When they raise it up a little $100, here, take that. I don't even care. So yeah, y'all. YouTube, it's about 50 of us in this chat. I'm gonna need for y'all to hit the thumbs up on the live stream. If you want to learn how to get paid for your purpose from providing safe and structured living, this is the room for you. Hit the thumbs up and I'm going to walk you through it because anybody could do this. I got students that are felons and that's winning in real life. They got 2-3 houses open. One of my students, Tony, just came home from prison last month and he already got a house. So if you got somebody from prison out here out working y'all, that ain't the Tony. I think he's City Boy on TikTok. But yeah, I don't know if Tony in the chat, but shout out to Tony. But yeah, one of my students, Tony, y'all, just came home from prison last month and he already winning. And that's what happened when you tap in with the queen. All of my students be winning in real life because they learn from the best. All right, so here's the thing about owners. Thank you for being true. Oh, no problem. Thank you for being here. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, I have a 4-1. What can I do with that? You need to listen up to the conversation. So for my homeowners, for my homeowners, you have it even better than the renters because me personally, I had to go out there and get permission from a landlord to do this. But if you already have access to property, you can start what you already have. You can start what you already have, and then you just only have to furnish it and go out there and build up your housing program so you can get people in. So for you, you could skip a step. You could skip a step. Now, for us that are renting, that's still okay, y'all, because I rent and I do this business. Honestly, I prefer my students to rent if possible because you ain't got to worry about paying for major repairs when things, go wrong and things like that. So honestly, I like being a renter because I could walk away at any given moment. And if I want to listen, y'all, the beauty of being a renter, if I want to shut down all my houses, I can do so. I can walk away, cancel my lease, and can't nobody check me. Can't nobody clock my tea. That's what I love about that. So yeah, y'all, whether you're a homeowner or a renter, you can still come in this business and win. So my very first house, y'all, it was a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and I put a total of 9 beds in there. But typically, I tell my students you want to put a minimum of 2 people in each room. So for a 4-2, the minimum people you want to have is 8. If it's a 3-1, I would say 6 or minimum 5. But you definitely want to have enough people in there to cover the rent and cover your utilities and all of that stuff. So let me show y'all the real numbers. I'm gonna show y'all the real numbers, right? So my very first house, is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. I had I had 8 people paying me. I have 8 people in that house paying me 750. So I'm showing you how easy. I'm gonna show you how simple it is to get to 10K months in this business, just off of not a lot of houses, because we get paid by the bed. We don't get paid by the room. So from 8 beds in that house, I charge 750 because that's my bed price. So that one house is bringing me 6K. Now, listen, y'all, one of the rooms are too small to share, so I made that a private. So my private is 1,000. So I have 9 beds in that house. So that one house, y'all, is bringing me grossing me 7K. These landlords ain't getting no 7K off their property. Where they doing that at? It ain't happening. And don't tell my landlord how much I'm bringing in either, because it ain't their business. But this is just off of one house, y'all. I'm gonna walk you down. We gonna walk down the expenses and bills. It ain't that deep. We still making off way better money than the landlord ever would. But don't tell them that. So yeah, so just one house, y'all. Just one house being filled with 9 beds can gross you 7K. A lot of y'all ain't making this at y'all 9 to 5. Be so for real. Cause I wasn't making this at mine. I was I wasn't making nothing at my 9 to 5, sitting there miserable and not making nothing. And this one house every single month, just effortlessly 7K dropping in the account just because people paying their housing every single month. Now you might be thinking, okay, well, what about bills and all that stuff? Well, listen, y'all, my rent is only 1850 for that house. So let's take out the rent since y'all want to be smart. Y'all want to be so smart. The rent is 1850. So guess what? I'm still left with 5150. Clock that T. Clock that T. Clock that T. And so you like, oh, what about utilities? What about utilities? First of all, I tell my students that to do this the right way, budget anywhere between $500 to $800 in utilities. You put in 3 in a room. I have one room with it. I got 4 in a room. If the room is big enough, listen. Yes, you could, but I'm not telling y'all to stack them up in bunk beds though. But one of my rooms is so big. I have 4 people in that one room. But that room has its own bathroom. It has its own living space. So that's different. But yeah. So after my rent is paid, y'all, this is how much money that the house is bringing me with the 9 people. Now you might be thinking, what about rent? What about utilities? Now, for this one house, my utilities typically don't go over 500. My utilities do not my all my bills for the house. So let's minus 500. I'm just trying to use even number, well, whole numbers to kind of help y'all understand. But let's just take out 500 from the utilities. That's 4650, y'all. This is all profit. Now we talking all profit from one house. 4650. I did not have to sling an Amazon package. I did not have to stand on my feet all day as a cashier. I did not have to sit in the office with some miserable coworkers gossiping and being weird. Imagine what 4650 could do for you. Just one house, y'all. What could that do for you? Money that you did not have to slave for. This is from you providing a safe and structured place for these people to call home. You don't have to give no 3 meals a day. You ain't got to bathe nobody up. You ain't got to sit here and babysit nobody. Listen, you can live your life. These houses run itself. These houses run itself. I don't sit here and babysit nobody. We got cameras for that. So I teach my students how to set this house up one time. And when you set that house up right the first time, y'all, that house is going to pay you until you shut it down. Whether you cancel your lease or you move everybody out, that's that. That's that. So that's what the difference is, y'all. An extra 4650 can do a lot for y'all. Now we already did the gross number. The gross number is 7K. Now we want to talk about how to get to 10K months in this business. Honestly, it's a numbers game. So that's why I tell y'all it's gonna determine about the number of beds. So everybody drop their freedom number in the chat. How much money do you want to make a month? Is it 10K a month? Is it 20K a month? Is it 50K? Is it 100K? Like how much? I want everybody to manifest and confess what they're gonna be making monthly. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. We got 15K month, period. That's doable. 25K Tasha, clock that T. That's doable. 60K, that's nothing. 25K, that's nothing. What else? What else? 10K, that's nothing. What else? Facebook, I don't see y'all typing nothing. 20K, that's nothing. That's light work. What else? What else? Y'all got these small numbers. All right. 15K. Listen, that is attainable. All of the numbers that y'all put in this chat, it is attainable for you from providing safe housing to those in need. I promise you. Listen, it's all a numbers game. Find out what you want to, how much you want to make a month, and determine how many beds it's going to take for you to get to your freedom number. Simple as that, y'all. And for those that saying 10K, let's do it like this. Let's say we got, so we know that one house as a 4-bedroom, 2-bath can get us 8 beds, right? Let's say we got 16 beds. 16 beds, that can be 2 houses. 16 beds at 750, y'all, that's 12K a month. That's just with 2 houses. So that's what you having 16 beds. You can be generating 12K a month. This is just from my bed price of 750. So it just depends on what you charge. Now, of course, if you're in the area on the West Coast, like Cali and things like that, y'all, your bed price might be a little higher, such as 950, 1,000. It just depends. And listen, y'all, just because my minimum bed price is 750, that does not mean everybody pays me 750. I have some people that pay me 1,000. I have some people that pay me 1,200. It just depends on the individual because some people get more money. Some people have different needs. So it just depends on the individual. But just know that 10K months is attainable for all of y'all. You want 20K months? That might be like 3 houses. So it's about knowing what your freedom number is and breaking down how you're going to get there. So I teach you guys how to get paid from creating impactful businesses. So we're not only impacting our community, but we're getting paid for it. You ain't got to be no nonprofit. You don't have to be no group home. You ain't got to be no personal care home. This is the new wave, y'all. Independent housing, independent living. Some people call it shared housing, co-living. It's all the same concept. This is money that you ain't got to slave over. You ain't got to sit here and sling no Amazon package. And I say that, y'all, because I used to work in the warehouse. I used to work in the warehouse so I could relate. I know what it's like to be up in there slamming in the warehouse, working hard. So you don't got to do that for this type of money. We live in soft. We live in wealthy. We helping people. We getting paid for our purpose. It's different over here. It's different over here. We getting paid for our purpose on this channel. We not doing no hard manual labor. We actually enjoying what we do, and it's different. When you actually love what you do, it shows. It shows in how you carry yourself. It shows in how you live your life. So that's why you guys need to be setting up these housing for girl stuff. I'm so for real. I used to wait, who is this? If we got a troll in my chat, we gonna block her. But listen, it's nothing for you to have financial freedom, y'all, but you have to go out there and build something. Build something that make a difference. Build something that's in high demand and that's in need. And for me, y'all, it was independent housing. Independent housing is what has given me financial freedom. I don't have to clock in for nobody because I set up one house that pays me so many times until I shut it down. And right now I got 6 houses and 49 beds. And I will never tell y'all how much I make because I don't do that. But just know I'm doing well for myself and know that financial freedom is attainable for you. It is attainable for you. I don't care how big you think the number is, you can get there. You definitely can get there. But I teach you guys how to get there through independent housing, independent living, getting paid from helping others, creating safe spaces. Cannot hear you. Lisa, can y'all hear me on YouTube? Is my audio okay? Lisa said, oh, Lisa said, "Did Amazon flex?" Listen, y'all, I know what it's like to sling them. I know what it's like to sling them packages. I'm just being real. People not gonna keep it real with y'all, but I'm gonna keep it real. I just look like this. It took me time to get here. The version that y'all see of me today, I had to work to get here. It didn't come easy, but I purchased last week. Reese, did you put your email in the thing? So yeah, y'all, for the people that's in the chat, if you've ever had desire to get paid from housing, veterans, seniors, people coming home from prison, people that are disabled but can still live independently, you need to be considering starting you a housing program. This is a new wave. This is a business that anybody can start. Anybody can start this up. I have students that are felons that are winning. They came in this business, got 2, 3 houses up and running. These are felons, y'all. If a felon can come in here and do this, that should tell you something. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. You don't have to be nobody special. You don't have to have 24-hour care. You don't got to cook nobody food. You ain't got to wipe nobody's diapers up. You don't got to give out meds, none of that. Only thing that you have to do is provide them a safe and structured place to call home. That's it. That's it. It says pending. So Reese, just cancel it and request again. The 9 to 5 will age you. That part. Listen, that 9 to 5 going to age you. That's what I'm teaching y'all. There's a better way. You want to attain financial freedom, you have to build a business. A 9 to 5 is not making nobody rich, if we being honest. I'm not telling y'all to quit. I'm not telling y'all to quit y'all 9 to 5, but I want you to build something outside of a 9 to 5 that can take care of you in the event that 9 to 5 lets you go. You always have to have options in life. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Anything can happen. I've had one of my students. So listen, y'all, I've had students that are building their housing program and they have their houses open while they're working a 9 to 5. And guess what? They ended up getting fired from their 9 to 5. But what happened? They have their houses to fall back on. So now they can put all their energy, all their focus into building their housing program and scaling their business. Now imagine if you didn't start that. Imagine if they didn't start that. So my students is really out here winning for real, for real. So if you're in the chat and you want to become a student, drop student in the chat. If you want to learn from the best in the business, the realest in the field, the queen, the one that is going to teach you and make you a winner. Listen, I make all my students winners, but you got to put the work in. You got to actually have the right mindset. Drop student in the chat, and I'll open up some spots for y'all. And I will open up some spots for y'all. I'm telling y'all to quit because that's the only way you're probably gonna go hard. Yeah, I would tell them too, but I don't need them coming here trying to cancel me. Oh, she told me to quit my job, and this housing stuff ain't what they saying it is, and I don't want to hear none of that. Everybody not built for it. Period. So here's what I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm gonna open up a few spots. However, in honor of, hold on. In honor of Black History Month, I'm going to do a sale for y'all. Only for this live. Student, I purchased the replays. Everybody purchased the docs. Lisa, yeah, give me 1 second. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to discount the bundle. So to become a student, the best thing to invest in is my bundle, y'all. My bundle is going to walk you from A to Z. It's a video. It's not an ebook. It's a video of me teaching almost 3 hours. I teach you how to set this up in any city, in any state. I teach you where to go inside of your community to find clients to have money. I teach you how to find these landlords and these property management companies that'll give you permission. I also teach you guys how to structure your housing business to where it runs without you being there, y'all. I get to travel. I get to live life. I don't have to be shackled to my houses. I don't have to be sitting here. Oh, did so-and-so call to work today? Let me hurry up and go down there. I don't have to do that. I can live my life. My houses run whether I'm sitting here talking to y'all, whether I'm across the country, whether I'm in another country. It don't matter. That's what I want y'all to start these up so you can have freedom. Not only time freedom, but financial freedom. You should have the option. You should have the freedom to get on the plane and take your family on a trip. You should be able to take your kids on vacation if that's what you want to do. Life is about options. Life is about building something for yourself that you enjoy. Life is meant to be enjoy and live, not sitting here miserable, depressed, hating on the next person because they successful when you can be successful for yourself. I'm teaching y'all the blueprint, how you can be successful, how you can build something impactful that can't nobody take from you. Nobody can take this away from me, y'all. Can't no man take this from me. Can't I know how to build a housing business. I know how to build businesses. When you know how to build businesses, listen, can't nobody talk to you. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I know how to make my own money. I know how to take care of myself. I know how to listen. That's what life is about, having options. You should never depend on nobody to feed you, whether that's a 9 to 5, whether that's a man. You should always have your own source that you can go and feed yourself. So that's what I do. I get on here, I teach you guys how to fish. I don't fish for you. I don't give you clients. In my material, I teach you guys how to go out there and build your own successful housing program that can't nobody take from you. Can't nobody take from you. So that's what it's about. You don't have to sit here and wait for nobody to help fill your house up. I teach you how to fill your own beds, but you have to be willing to put in the work, y'all. You have to be willing to put in the work and stay down for your come up. This is not a get rich quick, but you have to be patient, put the work in, and watch your seeds manifest. Watch it manifest. Stay down for your come up. That's what I preach to all my students. That's what I preach to my platform. Success is not an overnight thing, y'all. You cannot take the elevator to success. You have to take the steps. I don't have 6 houses and 49 beds overnight. I've been doing this since 2021. So I'm showing you guys how you can set this up the right way and this business can sustain you for a long time. Now, for everybody that's in the chat, for my people that want to become a student, the best thing to invest in is my bundle. What I'm going to do for 5 minutes, I'm going to discount my bundle. Hold on 1 second. So in honor of Black History Month, I'm going to discount the bundle for 5 minutes. So let's see. And if I have any students in the chat that need forms, I might put the forms on sale for y'all too. So, all right. So how long will you go physically without popping? Some of them ain't seen me in months, honestly, if I'm being honest. Some houses ain't seen me in months. So inside the bundle, y'all, the bundle is going to come with the video that walks you from A to Z, how to get started. And also the forms are going to be inside of the bundle as well, because we do not operate as a landlord. This is a housing program, y'all. So evictions, they don't apply to us. We don't sit here and give out leases. So get the bundle. The bundle is going to be the best bang for your buck, y'all. You want to learn how to get paid from housing the homeless? You want to become a student and learn from the queen and get ongoing coaching, ongoing mentorship? You have to get my bundle. That bundle is going to come with exclusive access to our FB community where we have free monthly meetups. So even after you watch your bundle, and you still have questions on your journey, join that FB community where we have free monthly meetups. You can come on the live stream and ask questions and things like that. So currently, the bundle is on sale, y'all. Let me show you how to get it. And we also have Klarna and Afterpay. Klarna and Afterpay is going to break down your payments so you don't have to pay the full thing today. It'll break it up into installments for you. And once you get your bundle, the bundle is yours for life. It never expires. You can watch it 1,000 times. You can watch it 10 million times. Nobody's going to come and take it from you. It's yours for life. And if you delete out your email All you got to do is email me and then I will send it right back to you. But make sure you guys are typing the right emails when you check out. And the first 2 people to get the bundle, the first 2 people is going to get a free coaching call with me. And that's for the first 2 people. I don't know. Let me show you guys how to get it. If you're on FB, I linked it in this description. So for my TikTok community, if you're on YouTube, it's linked in the description of this video. Where do I go buy the bundle and do you do one? I do one-on-one calls, but I have to add it back to my storefront. So for everybody that's in the chat on TikTok, what you're going to do, you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. Once you click on that, it's going to bring up another box at the bottom. That's have my picture. Click on my picture again. It's going to take you to my page. Once you get to my page, you're going to click on this LINK. It says Stand Store. Once you click on Stand Store, it's the very first one in my storefront, y'all. It says Get My Bundle. It's currently on sale. Hey, Siri, set alarm for 5 minutes. Y'all got 5 minutes. I'm going to snatch this price right back up when I get off of here. So inside of this bundle, this is a video of me teaching y'all from A to Z how to set up your own housing program in your city and your state, how to find the clients, how to find the landlords and property management companies that'll give you permission, all of that. All the questions that y'all asked me in this live, I deep dive inside of the video. It's almost 3 hours long. And if you want to use Klarna and Afterpay, when you at checkout, you're going to scroll all the way down. You're going to click on this green or this K. This K at checkout, and that's going to drop down either Klarna and Afterpay. That's what's going to break the payments into installment. Thank you, Majesty. So Klarna and Afterpay, y'all, is going to break the payments down for you, but it's still going to come straight to your email. So whoever goes and gets their because there was a free coaching code and I got a bundle. Listen, I'm doing this for Black History Month. This is Black History Month only for the first 2 people. So once you go get your bundles, y'all come back and say, got it. Come back and say, got it. And I'm going to show you guys how to join the exclusive FB community to where you get free ongoing mentorship on your journey. Somebody said, got it. Shout out to you, I am me, period. So if you are on FB, the way to get the bundle and become a student and learn from the queen, the best way is to click the LINK inside of this live stream. Let me see. Miss Juicy said, I just got it. Shout out to you. Listen, y'all, it's on sale. This is the lowest the bundle has ever been. It's never going to be this low. This is only in honor of Black History Month. So if you miss out on that, I hate that for you. You're not trying to win. If you don't get the bundle at this price, you clearly not trying to win. I really don't know what to tell you, but the girls that get it, and the ones that don't, I hate that for you. So how do I get on FB? So on FB, it should be linked in this live stream. But if it's not linked on this live stream, what you're going to do is you're going to go to my profile on FB. And in my bio, you should see a LINK right here. You're going to click on that one. You're going to click on this LINK if you go on my page. And when you click on that, it's the very first one. The bundle is the very first one. And on YouTube, you guys are going to click the drop down in this description. Shout out to all my action takers in the chat. So Black Beauty says, how do I get it again? So for my TikTok community, you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. And a box is going to pop up at the bottom. You're going to click on my picture again once you hit this box. And then it's going to take you to my page. Once you get to my page, you're going to click where it says Stand Store right here. And when you click Stand Store, it's the very first one. It's the bundle. This bundle is going to walk you from A to Z. It's a video. It's a video, y'all. And you have access to it for life. You can watch it 1,000 times. Nobody's going to take it from you. And even after you watch the 3-hour class and you still have questions, you're going to get ongoing coaching inside of our exclusive FB community to ask your questions, have access to me, have access to my business partner, Jay Rich. We two are the best in the business. Oh, so let me show all my action takers how to go and join the FB community. Let me show you guys what's the difference between the bundle and the class. So the bundle is the video and the documents together. It's been a whole year and I still watch the replay. It's always coming in handy. That part, Majesty. That part. So let me show you guys. Shout out to all my winners in the chat. all my heavy hitters, all my action takers, all my trophies. My trophies is my students because my students be winning in real life because they learn from a winner. And I put my winning energy off onto them. So if you want to win in life, if you want to win in housing, you need to learn from the queen. But yeah, shout out to all my trophies. Let me show you guys how to join the community. So what you're going to do, you're going to go on FB and you're going to type in independent housing community. You have to physically type the group in to find it. And this is what it looks like, y'all. It's going to have this logo. And then you're going to type the email that you purchased your bundle with. The only way to join this group, this is not a free situation. You got to invest to get access to me. And yeah, so once you invest in your bundle, you're going to go search up independent housing community on FB. Make sure you answer the questions, y'all. Type the email that you purchased with to be approved. Yes, for the forms. Okay, so for the forms, let me put a discount for the forms. Thank you for asking. You asked, you shall receive. Hold on. So for my students, girl, because of you, I quit my job and started my what? Look at God. Flower said, girl, because of you, I quit my job and started my independent transitional housing, 16 all filled beds. Look at God. Listen, my trophies is in this chat. And y'all think it's a game? Y'all think it's a game? We got people quitting their job. 16, and I told y'all 16 beds is 12K. 12K. Y'all sitting here twiddling y'all thumbs at the 9 to 5 doing what? When we out here making an impact in our community and getting paid. Like, what are we talking about? Ain't nobody winning like my community. Ain't nobody winning like my students. And that's just that on that. So if you're not winning, if you ain't winning and you a part of my community, it's something wrong with you. Because my students, they win it in real life. All right, so for the forms, so for my students that are in need of forms or people that want to know how do I get the forms to run this housing business, I'm going to put the forms on sale. Let me go ahead and put them on sale. Now I charge $1,000 per month per bed, 2 beds in each room. Listen, let them keep sleeping. Let them keep sleeping. Well, me and mine, we going to the top off of impact. We getting paid off impact. Like we living life on easy mode because we actually solving a problem. We helping our community and we getting paid. That's what life is about. Gigi said, just purchase. Period, Gigi. Shout out to my heavy hitters in this chat. Shout out to my action takers. It's up to the top for all of y'all. Just because you connected to me, you automatically going to win. I'll buy your bundle and I need your help too, please. Rosalind, are you in the community? Are you in the community, Rosalind? Brenda said, can you please answer the question I asked you? Brenda, drop the question here. Is the form with the bundle package? Yes. So the form, so Kiwi, if you're not a student and you're brand new, then get the bundle. But if you already got the replay, then get the form separately. Period. Flower Sanchez, she do her biggest one. Listen, my students are doing their biggest one where y'all still sitting here twiddling y'all thumbs, trying to piece everything for free. Listen to the internet cat. Me and mine, we taking action. We having real motion on this side. So you can win with us or you can watch us win. The choice is yours. It's your choice to decide. It could be what you want it to be. Low shimmy. So it could be what you want it to be. But listen, me and mine is to the top with us every single time. And y'all still sitting here playing so much. And listen, y'all, the bundle is on sale right now. Listen, right now. All right, let me show you guys how to join the FB community. So shout out to all my action takers, all my heavy hitters. It's to the top for us. It's to the top for us. I have the bundle. All right, Kiwi. All right, let me show y'all. And listen, y'all, the forms are currently on sale. So for all my students in the chat that are in need of forms, go get your forms. What is your question, Jameson? All right, so for all my students, all my action takers, what you're gonna do, you're gonna go on FB and type in. So Lisa, I only have the bundle. The bundle comes with the forms. So for my students, once you invested in your bundle, or if you invested in your replay, if you're a student of mine, you have access to me inside of this exclusive community. Inside of this exclusive community. Waya, when did you purchase? Did you just purchase? And once you guys request this group, y'all make sure y'all answer the question and put your email in the chat. I mean, not the chat. I meant the question box. Put your email that you purchased with so we can verify your purchase inside of the question. If you do not answer the question, it will be declined. That's why a lot of y'all can't get in because y'all don't be answering the questions. So please make sure when you request the group that you put your email into this question box. This is what's going to take you to your next level, y'all. Outside of the bundle, there's power in community. We have free monthly meetups where you guys can come and ask us questions on your journey. No code needed, Tamika. No code is needed. Everything is already discounted in my BIO. So there is power in community, y'all. You cannot do life alone. When you start this business, you're gonna encounter situations, and this is where you're gonna come to get your help, to get your resources, to get your encouragement, to get your accountability. This is a part of your journey. It's called independent housing community. You have to physically type it in the chat. I mean, type it in the search bar on FB. If you don't have if you don't have an FB, I encourage you to create one because this group is gold. This is the best group on Facebook right now, y'all. This is the best group that's teaching independent housing on Facebook. Nobody's giving it up the way we give it up. We keep it real with y'all. We keep it raw. We keep it authentic. It's a lot of things that I can't say on this internet, y'all, because it's a lot of monitoring spirits. It's a lot of haters. It's a lot of screen recording going on. But inside this community, I keep it all the way 100 with y'all. Any question that you ask me, I will answer it. But like when y'all be asking me certain in detail questions on these free platforms, I will not answer it the way I want to answer it. Only for my students is when I answer it freely. But you have to pay for that. It ain't going to come free. You got to invest in yourself and get access to me. So, Felicia is linked here in this live stream. It's currently discounted. Listen, I gotta go. So, is there anybody else that needs help, that needs me to show them how to become a student? Type me in the chat. If you need me to show you how to become a student, type me in the chat because I gotta go. I gotta go. And it's M said, got mine. Period. Period. So, and if you guys didn't get into, I've been waiting on those forms. Just got mine. Period, Renee. Listen, y'all, everything is discounted in honor of Black History Month. So yeah, support Black businesses. Support Black business. I'm a Black business, so support your girl. But everything is on sale, y'all. But you not only supporting me, you investing into your future. You becoming financially free. You are pouring into your community through building a business that can't nobody take from you. That can't nobody take from you. So that's what it's about, honestly, y'all. Use that tax money wisely. And also, I will be in Tampa March 28th. Y'all need to get into the room. My in-person events be next level. Waya, if you ordered your bundle, it will come straight to your email. Please make sure you check your spam. Make sure you check your promotions folder. And make sure you type your email correctly. If not, send me an email and I will send it to you when I get off of here. But it will be in your spam folder, y'all. It is not, I would not, this stuff is automated. So you can never say that I scam nobody because the stuff comes straight to your inbox unless you type the wrong email. But make sure y'all check y'all spam folders, y'all promotions folders. And if you still don't see it, then email me and I'll send it right to you. What's the Facebook community? All right, let me show y'all. Let me show my heavy hitters, my action takers, my realest ones, my trophies. If y'all didn't invest, y'all not my student. I don't claim none of y'all. I only claim my trophies. So for my trophies in the chat that invested in themselves, I love y'all down. I even love my supporters too, but I love my trophies different. So my trophies, y'all get access to me inside of the independent housing community. That's the name of our group. This is where you get questions answered on your journey. This is where you're going to get free coaching for our monthly. We have free monthly meetups that are virtual that you can attend. So it's called Independent Housing Community. You have to physically type your email in the question box. I sent the question twice. I'm looking at 3 devices. You're going to have to type it again or become a student if you want your question answered that bad. But so yeah, you're gonna type the email that you purchased with to be approved, y'all. This is a community. It's called Independent Housing Community, Tamika. I can't flip the screen, but this is what it looks like. So on FB, you have to type independent housing community, y'all, and put the email that you purchased with to be approved. Because if you're not a student, you're not getting access. Your access will be denied. My energy is very exclusive, and I don't allow everyone access to me. The only way to get access to me is to become a student or to be somebody I want to get next to. But I'm not a type of person that I'm not too mixy, y'all. It's a lot of people that want to get next to me in this industry, and I don't allow them. So they get mad, they become haters because I don't want no dealings with them. So I'm very big on energy. I'm very big on who I allow in my circle. So only people that get access to me are my students, people that's serious, and people that got good energy, pure hearts. I don't like to be around scammers. I don't like to be around weird energy. So if you around me, it's for a reason. How do I do the payment plan? Okay, so Jada, were you at checkout? Let me show you. So at checkout, there should be, let me pull it up on my end. I pay, I'm him, period. Shout out to my action takers. Let me pull up the. So for those that want to do the payment plan, what you're gonna do when you scroll all the way down, it should be something right here that says K at checkout with a drop down arrow. So you're gonna click that. It's gonna be next to bank. It's gonna be a drop down arrow. So you can do either Klarna or Afterpay, and that's what's gonna break it down. And it still will send it straight to you, even if you didn't pay in full. Facts, and I can pick up on it quick. Check your energy. That part, Reese. Listen. But yeah, so for all my trophies, shout out to y'all for doing y'all biggest one today. Jada, to become a student, you have to invest in a bundle. That's the only way to get access to me. Invest in a bundle or come to Tampa. Get your ticket to Tampa, y'all. And for all my trophies, all of my students, once you become a student, you get discounted rates to the in-person events. So don't get your ticket to Tampa until I let you into the community, because you're gonna get it at a discounted rate, not the public price. So make sure y'all attend Tampa, y'all. Tampa is gonna be March 28th. We're gonna be building housing programs on the water. It's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be a vibe, and we're gonna have brunch on Sunday. Listen, y'all. I know my energy is good on through the computer screen, but even in person, my energy is amazing. I was trying to wait. What you miss? What? Um. Oh, so just add the everybody that invested in a bundle tonight. Make sure you guys join the FB community. That's what you get access to once you become a student. It's called Independent Housing Community on FB. Let me pull it back up. I gotta go. Y'all trying to hold me hostage. Y'all trying to hold me hostage. I got stuff to do. It's called Independent Housing Community. Here it is, y'all. Hey, Hachu. And then make sure you put the email. Please, y'all answer these questions. Y'all be tearing me up behind these questions. Y'all don't be answering y'all questions, and then y'all be mad when they get declined. If you do not put the email you purchased with, it'll automatically get declined. That's how the AI is set up. So make sure y'all please put y'all emails that y'all purchase with. Who said I need people skills? They a hater. They just mad. They need to go heal. They need to go heal. But yeah. So make sure you guys go join the community. Put your emails. I will see y'all inside the group. Inside the community. I did mine. Period, Miss Juicy. Period. Period. Whoever don't like me, y'all, they just hate and they mad and they wish they could be me. That's it. That's just that on that. Anybody that's a hater, they unhealed and they a hater. So I see why you mad. Y'all know in that movie Rush Hour when they was fighting, they was like, I see why you mad. Yeah, you a hater. I see why you mad. When you look at a hater and see how they look, I see why you mad. I see it. So you can level up just like I leveled up. For real, for real. If we being honest, I'm teaching people how to get money. Like, how are you mad that I'm putting people in position to win? People are weird and miserable. You could sit there and change your life too. Why is you mad? But thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I hope I left you guys inspired, motivated, ready to take action. Build the life of your dreams, y'all. Nobody is gonna give you your dream life. You have to go out there and you have to go out there and build it for yourself, y'all. That's what I did, and I'm proof that y'all can do this. No man is coming to save you. No person is coming to save you. It's up to you. They better learn alchemy. Listen, I'm the queen of alchemy. They better learn it. It could change your life. You sitting there mad and ugly. It ain't gonna do you nothing. But listen, y'all, go out there and build a life that you could be proud of, a life that makes you happy, a life that you are satisfied and feel whole, that you don't gotta hate on the next person. Like, life is too good, y'all. I look like this because I don't let nobody stress me out. I don't let haters, none of that. So yeah, I just purchased a bundle. Shout out to you, Villa. Shout out to you. Don't hate, participate. Listen, the girls that get it, and the ones that don't. The girls that get it. The ones that don't, they just mad, and it's okay. They wish they could be. But but yeah, so for everybody, make sure you guys check your spam folders. If you don't see it in your spam folders, send me an email. Y'all funny. I'm cracking up. Um, so yeah, make sure you check your spam folders. Mommy teacher said I found you in the middle of the night on YouTube. Shout out to you, mommy teacher. Shout out to my YouTube community. I love y'all down. Shout out to my TikTok community. I love y'all down. Shout out to my FB, my Facebook community. I love y'all down too. It's a vibe here. You gonna love it. We are here to elevate. We here to change lives, and we here to change our lives at the same time and live life on our own terms. So if you don't follow me, make sure you follow me on all platforms. Is Lane Lavish. YouTube, go subscribe to my channel. Is Lane Lavish. All of my live streams will live forever on YouTube. And yeah. So shout out to my TikTok. Make sure you guys follow me. I will be back again soon. Thank you guys. The sale is getting snatched down. So the ones that didn't get it, I hate that for you. Have a good night. See y'all later.